So, just after I recorded that absolutely ridiculous crystal opening earlier, I decided to take Symbiote Supreme up a little bit to rank 2, just to have a bit of a play about with the character, because, you know, it takes a while for the videos to render and upload, so I had a little bit of space to kind of goof about and prepare for this rank up and gameplay video today, and I had so much fun. This character is ridiculous. I feel like he might be arguably the ultimate buff counter in Marvel Contest of Champions. I feel like he's going to be very, very useful for matchups like Hyperion, Medusa, Juggernaut, but there are specific nodes and specific champions, like for example, like Old Man Logan Groot, but also nodes like Resistor as well, where you've got so many buffs, which this character is just absolutely ridiculous on, and we're going to showcase some of that today, but I have not been disappointed so far. But Symbiote Supreme, he definitely seems like a character very true to the Mystic class, which is all about kind of harnessing the opponent's buffs and staggering them or using them as a detriment to the opponent. So that's kind of one of the important things seemingly about the character, is to really get the most out of him and see his insanity. Your opponent, much like a lot of Mystic characters, does need to have quite a few buffs that you can turn into their detriment, and we're going to explain all of that stuff after we've done the rank up. Anyway, let's smash this dude to rank 3, and this guy has some insane PI, man. He's looking so damn good, and I feel like there are going to be scenarios in the future where this character has some really good value. Like one matchup I was thinking about specifically that has been, you know, a big pain in the ass in the last 6 months was that Hydra Adaptoid, and I would love to see this dude against that fight, man. Well, I don't really want that fight back because it was pretty horrible, but with a Symbiote Supreme, I feel like that fight would have just been absolutely mullered. But anyway, I'll show you what we're talking about and some of the cool stuff that I found out about this character, and I watched a couple of the content creator videos as well, and I found stuff that I don't think I've seen mentioned in any of the content creator videos I've watched so far, so we'll have to see what happens, but anyway, let's go for the claim max here, and we should hopefully have enough ISO to fully max out Symbiote now. So let's go for a couple of 825 ones, and there we go. And first off, man, the power index, even on an unawakened one of these, is very, very nice. We got 6,400 there. We've got just under 14,000 attack, 1,300, just under 14,000 health, 1,300 and a bit attack. The crit rating, crit damage is not too bad. Like, it's definitely toward the slightly higher end there. Very nice block proficiency as well, and also more ways via his stances to gain even more block proficiency and perfect block chance. So yeah, the stats aren't at all gimp there. Symbiote Supreme, if you are first time watching this character, very similar kind of in regards to a bit of a corrupted version of Doctor Strange. So he's not going to gain power from attacking, so 100% less power, but he's going to gain 16.5% of his max power every 9 seconds, plus also a burst of power whenever he switches a stance, which he switches a stance, I believe, once every 15 seconds, and you also get more power gain as well if you have Mystic Dispersion, and you can take advantage of buffs. There is also a mechanic called Genetic Potential, so each time a buff or stagger effect on the opponent ends, you gain 25 Genetic Potential to a maximum of 100, but if you successfully stagger or nullify a buff, then you get 50. Symbiote Supreme can manifest 3 different genetic blessings, so these are kind of the 3 phases that he alternates as he goes throughout the fight, again, one every 15 seconds. So he essentially has a nullify phase, a defense phase, and an attack phase that has bleed as well, and each time a blessing triggers, 100% of genetic potential is consumed to gain 100% of a bar of power. So every time he cycles a phase, he's going to get 1 bar of power up there as well. And yeah, the nullify one, so whenever he enters that phase, or it triggers, which can be triggered you know, either by over time, it can be triggered manually by pushing the phases with the special 1, or by using the special 3 as well. It will nullify all the buffs on the opponent, deal direct damage to them based on genetic potential, and also while this phase is active, your hits have a 5% chance to place stagger, which lasts for 10 seconds, but if you crit, the chances increase to 50%, so your crits have a 50% chance to place a stagger effect there. And then we have the armor up phase. So this one, I think, maybe could be very useful with this character against Hyperion if you do get a little bit unlucky. So again, you can trigger the phases by alternating via the special 1, waiting over time, or using the special 3. But I think the special 3 might be the best way to maybe handle a Hyperion there if you do need to tank special 3. So 100% chance when this blessing is triggered to gain protection buff, preventing Symbiote Supreme from taking more than 15% of his max health per hit. And this lasts for 10 seconds. However, this threshold is reduced, so I believe that goes to 7.5%. To the best of my knowledge, I do need to double test this again, if the opponent has an active buff. So I think if Hyperion triggers a special 3 and he's got his power gain active, then you're only going to take 7.5% of your maximum health, so you can tank maybe a special 3 there. And also you gain armor and 40% chance to perfect block in this phase as well. And also, while active, gain a 15% chance to place stagger passive on the opponent, lasting 10 seconds each time Symbiote Supreme is struck by or blocks the opponent, and a well-timed block increases the chance to 100%, so your parries are also going to stagger during this phase. And then we got the Set Fangs, which is the damage phase. So when it's triggered, you gain a Fury buff for 10 seconds based on genetic potential, and keep in mind that all of the initial things are based on genetic potential in terms of, like, the direct damage and also the Fury here, but also every single one of your hits is going to cause a bleed debuff, dealing up to, I believe it's like 80% of your base attack as direct damage, lasts for 8 seconds. This is 10.5 seconds with deep wounds, and yeah, it's a very nice bleed because it's every single one of your hits, man. It's going to stack up, and there is a way to get potentially 3 of these active at once, so we are going to talk about that very soon. And also each hit of a special attack gains a 50% chance to place stagger on the opponent as well. And what the specials do, so the special 1 has a chance to nullify, and gains 50 genetic potential if nullified, and switches you manually to the next blessing as well. The special 2 basically has a different effect depending on what is active. So when the buff steal phase is active, you're going to drain 15% of the opponent's max power per hit, so you're always going to get 45% power back from this, which is quite a bit there. So a lot of special 2s potentially in the power phase if you want to use them. The next one, which is the defense 1, each hit puts a weakness on the opponent, reducing their attack by 33%. I think this one stacks. I'm not too sure if it fully cancels out all the damage, actually. I do need to test that one as well. And then finally we have the damage one, which puts an armor break on the opponent, reducing their armor for 10 seconds. And then finally the special 3. Now, I underestimated the special 3 significantly, but 100% chance it resets the genetic blessing timer to whatever you're on at the moment, and then activates all 3 genetic blessings, and will put one of them on top of the one that you already have. So you essentially have 2 of the one that you have, and then one of the other 2, if memory serves me correctly. Again, we're going to double test this out, but also via scenarios where, because you're also going to immediately nullify everything, you get all of the triggers as well. So if you have something on the opponent, like, let's say, like, depending on your points of Mystic Dispersion, like if you've got 5, like 8 buffs, if you've got 4, like me, it's like something like 12 buffs there, you can do special 3 back to back, and it deals insane damage and gives you two stacks of every single phase. It's ridiculous. It's really, really cool there. So yeah, I've spent quite a bit of time talking about his abilities, but also the synergies. Doctor Strange, we're going to begin the fight with 1 bar of power. Also, Doctor Strange deals base damage as direct damage when nullifying a buff. And yeah, that's pretty much all we're going to talk about now, man, because I'm dying to get into some gameplay for this character. And just to also talk about the synergies that we are going to be using, we're also bringing in the Captain America Infinity War synergy, and also Carnage and Venom, because Symbiote Supreme does have the tag of a symbiote, so he gains the attack and health synergy from Venom as well. This may not be the absolute best setup, but I like the power start with 1 bar because it really allows you to get to that special 3 significantly faster as well. So anyway, let's hopefully play quite well, and we're going to go on the resistor path just to show you what it's like. But I think the kind of rule is Symbiote Supreme, you probably don't want to bring this character to fights where there aren't going to be any buffs, but fights where there are buffs, I imagine you're probably going to be able to figure it out by the end of this video. So we'll see. I think one of the things as well to keep in mind with this character is not much is going to be happening at the start of the fight. So when you get a fight up like this, it's not going to look terribly exciting, but if they're triggering buffs, you're going to be able to nullify it. Let's go for the perfect bonus on the special free here. So we have all of those wonderful stacks, and Captain America Infinity War is dealing even more damage off the special free. So that's going to take out kind of a massive chunk, and then we can just use another special free back-to-back for these wonderful resistor nodes. So yeah, and then on top of that, if we wanted to go in after that, we'd have like every single one of our hits, if it was during a Fury phase, would be applying like 3 stacks of bleed. And yeah, we'd be stealing some insane damage, so it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. It's pretty good from what I've seen. But anyway, let's just showcase kind of another fight, maybe similar to that one-ish with Iron Patriot. But this dude, if you see a resistor node, basically get a Symbiote Supreme. That is the golden rule, ladies and gentlemen, or seemingly the golden rule so far, because he looks to be as some people would say, pretty damn good for this this node. Right, let's go. Oh no, a little bit too early there. We got a couple of perfect bonuses on the first one, so I'm pretty happy with that. Iron Patriot, is this gonna completely decimate him? Yep. Whew, that feels great. It's a good time, man. It's a very good time. Even when I had him at rank 2, I should have maybe kept him at rank 2, man, because rank 3, he's just way too overpowered for this friggin' resistor node now. So it's kind of like a magic special free in a certain regard, but again, you have all of the phases active after, and if you do 2 back-to-back, it's insane, man. It's honestly insane. I wish there was like a really stacked like labyrinth resistor boss that I could showcase a little bit more about, you know, how you could open up this champion on a fight like that. But Act 6, boys, Symbiote Supreme, ooh. Don't know. I think there are going to be some paths where Symbiote Supreme is just going to be like, what the hell, mate? That's so ridiculous. And yeah, unfortunately, Luke Cage doesn't bleed, so that's not a great example of how we can start stacking up the old bleeds after a special free. But as you can see here, we've got the phaser stack. Good, man. It's very, very good. Let's see, let's go ahead and move on to the next fight. Let's use this opportunity to have a look at a few fights, because there are a couple more breakthrough fights toward the end of it, so we can, you know, see some of that craziness again. But just to give you an example of what he's like, maybe on a fight where there aren't a crazy amount of debuffs going on. So the goal, at least from what I get from Symbiote Supreme so far, because that final phase is like, it's so good once you use the special free, because not only do you activate all of them, but also you immediately go to 100 genetic potential. So that's one of the potential issues when you are not in that phase. But what I'm trying to maybe do here is just get to that final that Fury phase, so we can use a special free. I think our power should go up enough, so we can just refresh that and essentially get the double damage going on there. Right, let's do it. Perfect bonus. So 20 hits in, and let's see how quickly this hood maybe starts to drop here. Also, it's not double stacks of bleed, just so you know, but we are getting the double Fury bonus there. Oh no, right, mistakes were made, man. You can see, absolutely lacerated him down in just 10 hits there, man. Whew. Not too shabby, but some mistakes were made. I think if you are going to go to the special free, just as a cautionary tale, it seems like a very good idea, if at all possible, to bait out any special attacks just before you do, just so that after the special free you can go in, you can start, you know, making the most of like a double enhanced phase like that. So it doesn't double the bleed, but it will double the Fury by the look of it. I'm interested to, you know, test some more interactions with Symbiote Supreme, because I think he's a very curious character. And again, here we don't have any buffs, we have the class disadvantage, so this is maybe one to try and figure out. I think we're just going to push this Captain America just up to a special 1 here. See if we can bait this one out. Okay, wonderful. Ooh, damn, we're getting alright at nailing those perfect damage bonuses there. So let's chuck him into the void. And then start nuking away. And you can see that bleed, man. Just look at how aggressively it stacks up. He's just dead, man. He's so dead. Oh, this character's sick, man. This is one of my favorite characters they have ever designed. He looks so good. His animations feel great. There's like quite a bit of thought that goes into how you want to play him, and some different stuff that you can do in some certain matchups as well. So yeah, I must admit, so far I'm loving Symbiote Supreme, man. He's definitely one of potentially my favorite characters that they've done. But it's all about trying to line up one of the perfect runs. To a certain extent, there's not well, I guess you might as well attack him. You get a little bit of damage in the mix there. But if you are a Symbiote Supreme player and you're like Seatin, you're making some scrub mistakes, son. I'm 100 times better than you, mate. Come on. Right, let's just go ahead and use this anyway. Oh, try and get Gwenpool down now. I guess we don't... Might need to bait our special 2 here against Gwenpool. But it should be alright. Okay, that was a really, really good lineup there. Well, it looks like the Fury didn't reset, so yeah, we ideally want to be ready to... what is it? Go in very, very ham after Special 3 has been used. Whew, damn. I love this character. Oh, Howard! Is Howard going to be an interesting one? Maybe, because he doesn't have a way to strip the... he won't strip... unless he'll strip the buffs immediately. I don't know how he's going to work with Howard, actually. I'm incredibly curious to find out if he's just going to strip all the buffs at the start, and then we're going to, like, immediately power up to a Special 3. #1 Howard counter, soon to be confirmed. Well, I guess we're about to find out, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, actually, is there a huge amount of point waiting for the Fury phase if I'm only getting 1 stack of bleed going on? Oh, actually, this might be an even sicker setup. So Black Panther should be stunned after, which means we can go straight in, parry before your Special 3s. Maybe that's the secret sauce, the secret strats, to become the best Marvel Contest of Champions player. Oh, I love this character, man. I absolutely love him. Oh, we got Wolverine as well. Yeah, let's go for that. And also Symbiote Supreme, just to add to the pool of information, his awakened ability gives him, like, places a stagger on the opponent. I think it's once every, it depends on the signature level. I think, like, when you've just awakened him, it's once every 20 seconds. But if you, what is it, get him even higher, then it goes, oh, not too sure what happened to Howard's armor there. I don't think we got the power from it, because we got the Doctor Strange synergy there. So yeah, his awakened ability just places a passive stagger on the opponent. So actually, I thought it was better than it actually was, but looking at it, it doesn't seem like super great. Right, let's go for a Special 3 here, and just start nuking into Howard, see if we're dealing, you know, a good amount of damage without the Fury phase being active. Which I assume we probably will. And also here we have a very good chance to perfect block as well. Right, I think we're just going to go in for it. Those bleeds are insane, man. They're so good. those bleed sustain, just the ultimate Cosmic Slayer by the look of it. That's just really the feeling that I get when I'm playing bit of Symbiote Supreme. But we have scrubbed up quite a bit during this run so far. But I'm just trying to think of like cool uses for this character. I really want to see him against like a Medusa Alliance War boss, because I feel like he'd wreck a Medusa Alliance War boss. Because you use the special free, right? And then you remove all of the buffs, and then you can just go in. You've got so much damage, and you're just staggering. You know, you place like a crazy fat stack of stagger on the opponent, and then you essentially just win. But if you get Symbiote Supreme out of your 6-star crystal, and that's another thing you got to keep in mind with this character, man. Is it December? I think no, it's not going to be December. It's going to be like early next year. He's going to be available in the 6-star basic, and if you get this dude, you've won. Like, it's going to be a really, really sick unawakened 6-star to get. There we go, boys. Straight in the bin. Beautiful times. Okay, so we got Ultron and then a couple more of those resistor nodes to do. But I just feel like I want to take on a bit of a bigger challenge for this guy, but I'm not really too sure what else could be a good challenge. So if there is any gameplay requests for Symbiote Supreme, let me know in the comment section below. Where do you want to see me test out this character? Oh, actually, also, all of his damage, as well, as a fun fact, is energy, which actually makes him a really bad matchup for Ultron, because we're healing Ultron a ton here. But at least we can nullify, well, what is that? But it'll make him a good counter for, well, partial counter for Korg. Also, you know, a lot of his damage does come from bleeding as well. I don't think Korg has... Oh, can you stagger? I guess you could put a big stagger stack on him. Maybe get rid of that. No, I gotta try Symbiote Supreme versus Korg, actually. I'm a little bit curious to see how that one will go. But yeah, Ultron is definitely nowhere near the best matchup, man. So, avoid the Ultrons. Pro tips for Seatin. Ultrons are bad. And there's the special 2, in case anybody wanted to see it. Was really curious. But don't be a dumbass, man. Don't be a complete numpty and bring your Symbiote Supreme to Ultron like me. You can be smarter, ladies and gentlemen. And I trust you all to be much smarter than I am. Let's go! Power Steal, that's right, son. Oh, it's actually a Power Steal, not Power Gain. Oh my goodness! Yeah, okay, that's insane. I forgot about that bit of utility as well. Right, we can get a little bit of power control in the mix. Right, I want to test this. Triple weakness. We should take no damage from this, right? Come on. Oh, no. Okay, we did take some damage. 100% attack is not 0 damage. We've learned that valuable lesson today. Okay, I got wrecked there. Don't bring your Symbiote Supremes against Ultron because it's a horrific matchup. You will cry yourself to sleep if you do it, so try and avoid that. But we've learned, you know, we're learning a lot of valuable lessons today, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what this game and this channel is all about. Making the mistakes, putting out these scrub errors, these absolute ghastly quality videos, so you don't have to make all the terrible mistakes that a scrub like me apparently has to make. Let's go! Carnage unblockable! Son, get in the bin. So, after that shameful Ultron, I think there's one more fight I do want to try, because I checked the rest of that path, man. It actually wasn't resistor nodes. I got it a little bit wrong there. So let's go Road to Labyrinth. I want to try maybe the All or Nothing Iron Patriot. I feel like this is maybe going to go horrific, but I'm very curious to see how it turns out. So we'll figure it out either way. If we can get Special 2, maybe Power... I don't know if it's Special 2 Power Steal or go for the Special 3 and try and tank a Special 3 of the opponent. But, I don't know. Maybe we should try... Oh, let's just try one of them. It's going to work, maybe, quite well. Okay, so we start off with... where did Iron Patriot get that power gain from? I'm not really too sure. Oh no, that's really annoying. Right, we are so close to a special 2 there. Oh no, wait, we can tank. We should survive, right? Hey, 15%. Capped, ladies and gentlemen, capped. But now we're stunned, and we are going to get beaten up. So, you know, it's not a great idea versus opponents that have some sort of, you know, bad stuff that can happen. Just as a general heads up. Oh no, I was going to go for the special 3 there. Unfortunately, he hit it just before I did. Well, at least we know now he can tank special 3s, but not when the opponent stuns you. So, valuable lessons there. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching today's rank up and gameplay on Symbiote Supreme. You have to think very carefully about the matchups on this character, but if you get the right ones, if it's a scenario where there's a lot of buffs, this dude's going to be crazy. There is some insane potential, so much utility, so many little things you can do, really, really good damage as well. So yeah, a lot of potential from Symbiote Supreme. But anyway, if you did enjoy today's rank up and gameplay video, feel free to smash that like button, that'd certainly be appreciated. Aside from that, thank you very much for watching, take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.